Howdy, partner. Welcome to the Showdown in the Badlands. I'm gonna stop doing that voice now because my reveals today have nothing to do with the cowboy or the treasure themes of the new set. They have to do with something a little bit more up my alley. You may have seen some other cards revealed that are kind of in my wheelhouse today. Maybe Splish Splash Whelp, perhaps By the Setting Sun, perhaps Spine-tailed Drake, or Dragon Golem. These are all exactly up my alley. Now, I kind of have a brand, right? I like dragons, I play dragons, I got dragons on my shelf, I play a dragon in my LARP. You know, I got a dragon sword right here. Dragon scale, dragon bone sword with my dragon. Another dragon right here. These are just things I pulled off my shelf. So, you know, like I said, I've got a brand. And it turns out that my brand is well represented in Showdown in the Badlands. Not just the cards that you've seen so far, but a lot of cards I have to share with you today. I like playing dragon decks. You know, it's fun. You get to play these giant monsters and overwhelm your opponent, but you know what I don't like when I'm playing my dragon deck? When I run out of dragons. You know? I got so many dragons on my shelf, I might as well have dragons in my hand when I'm playing the game. There's a lot of ways you can fix that, too. If you run out of dragons, this set has a lot of tools for you. Let's check out Take to the Skies. Now, this is a pretty simple one. 3-cost spell, draw 2 dragons, give them +1/+1. Now, we already saw that we have our Whelp for acceleration, which gives us the ability to, you know, ramp into this, perhaps draw some bigger dragons, maybe some dragons with taunt like we've seen, but also, you know, just don't want to run out when we're spending our ramp, spending our resources, getting our dragons out there. We want to make sure, you know, we got dragons in our hand, especially if we're playing Dragon Golem. Take a look at that again. Summon a copy for each dragon in your hand, draw a bunch of dragons, that's more Dragon Golems too. But that's not all. Check out Dragon Tales. Now, tales of dragons are tales as old as time. Dragons are the heroes, in my mind, of so many stories throughout history, both in Azeroth and in our world. And, you know, usually most dragons are the stuff of tall tales. They cost more than 5. And that's what this card gives you. 2 dragons that cost more than 5, but sometimes you're looking for small tales. Sometimes you need cheap dragons that cost 5 or less. And Dragon Tales gives the option to find what you need. Need a big dragon, need a small dragon, just what do you want to do with your curve? But mostly, again, we don't run out of dragons. Dragons are what we want, and dragons are what we have. Sometimes when you're spending your mana drawing dragons, playing dragons, a lot of work, right? You get hurt, taking damage to the face, you get thirsty. Sometimes you need to rehydrate. Rehydrate is a 2-cost spell with the new mechanic Quick Draw. Quick Draw means that if you drew this turn, it has this bonus effect. So in this case, Rehydrate restores 7 health on the turn that you drew it, or add it to your hand, say you discover it. It refreshes 2 mana crystals, so it's essentially free healing, which is a great way to stay alive to play your giant dragons. And now, other ways to stay alive, of course, we mentioned the Dragon Golem. Now we have Dragon Nest Matron. This is a 4-cost 3/5 taunt with Battle Cry. If you're holding a dragon, refresh 4 mana crystals. So, speaking of staying alive, well, you don't just need to rehydrate, you just throw Nest Matrons in the way. You essentially get 3 4/5 taunts for your Dragon Druid deck. Now, we've come a long way from Senjin Shieldmaster, but 3 taunts is hard to really pass up, even if it is Senjin Shieldmaster stats at Senjin Shieldmaster cost. But again, if you're filling your hand with dragons, it's not a Senjin Shieldmaster, it's free. The true star of the show when it comes to dragons that stop you from ever running out of dragons is Raystraza. And if there's anything that I love as much as dragons, it's Highlander decks. And Raystraza is the best of both worlds. Let's check her out. Alright, well, Raystraza, as we see, summons the Purified Dragon Nest. What does that mean? Let's check it out. That's right, once you play Raystraza, you will never run out of dragons. This is a uninteractable thing on the board, the Purified Dragon Nest, that every single turn, the start of your turn, you get to discover a new dragon. And it costs 4 less. So even if you don't have dragons in your hand, well, those Desert Nest Matrons, they're free. In fact, they can be free and give you mana crystals back because they cost 0 and refresh 4 mana crystals. This just gives you so much both long game potential as well as massive, massive tempo swings from your ability to assemble dragons that cost way less than they normally would. It is a discover effect, so you're not just getting random nonsense thrown at you. You can find Ysera and play Awakens right away. You can find Alexstrasza. You can find Deathwing. You can find all kinds of powerful, powerful dragons, in addition to, of course, all these various other dragons that we have seen. So tons of really, really powerful tools for a dragon druid deck. We got ramp, we got defense, we got the ability to ensure you keep the dragons coming, and the Wraithstraza at the top end to ensure that you never, ever, ever run out. And that is exactly what I want out of a Hearthstone card. I hope you're as excited for Showdown in the Badlands as I am with all these sweet dragons.